Hello, 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 hello. How you doing, guys? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let me get myself set up here. Such a pleasure to be with you again. Woo! 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 How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Let me make sure I'm in the right place, doing the right thing. What I think I'm doing. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Can I find myself? Am I in the right place? Hello, hello, hello. So, looking, yeah, I am. Okay. Welcome to our masterclass for today, the six-figure coach, healer, and spiritual teacher masterclass. I love to run these because the world needs spiritual leaders to rise up and live in their true design. The world needs spiritual leaders to rise up and live in their true design. No longer can we deny who we are called, born, meant to be. No longer can we keep playing small. No longer can we hide our voices. We must rise. And that's what these masterclasses are about, to support you in rising, to support you in living to your true design. There is no mistake about you being on the planet right now. Right now, that message you carry inside of your heart is exactly what the world needs right now. You need to stop thinking that you are less than who you are. So today we're looking at, raising your visibility as a coach, as a healer, as a spiritual teacher, using free content in just 90 minutes a day. Okay. I want to teach you a few little things here, which if you will use them, they will get you out into the marketplace doing what you're called, born, meant to be doing. Okay. So who is this for? Who is this for? Before we even get to that, what I really want you to do is just kind of put any distractions down. Okay. I know we're here on social media. You're listening in to me. And unless you're upgraded, in which case you're not on social media, you should have your link, which I hope you did sign into, okay, so that you can be in the Q&A once we're done here. But yeah, no distractions, okay, because it's not even just what I'm saying to you. The divine wants to speak to you. And sometimes as you're rushing through your crazy everyday life, it's difficult to hear. Okay. Now, if we are going to be the impactful people we feel called to be, then we need connection with the divine. That's where all my work starts. That's where what evolution, my brand new thing, is all about. It's all about supporting you and getting that foundation right. If you haven't heard about evolution, you need to look around the page. There is information about evolution and you need to get on board. Okay. Okay, anyway, but no distractions so that you can actually hear what the divine is saying. So it's not just the words that are coming out of my mouth. It's also the fact that you create this space. You can be, the divine can speak to you because of this energy and the energy that I chose to create around this masterclass. So be very present. Switch off anything else. Just really have your notebook to hand. Notice what comes through you. Before we even carry on, I'm going to sing our wonderful affirmation, which I love to sing on every one of these, which is, I choose to live out my calling. Well, you know what? Should we do another one? Yeah, you know what? I'm a beacon of love and light. I rise up and take my place. So let's hope I remember the chords here. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I rise up and take my place. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I rise up and take my place. I rise up and take my place. I rise up and take my place. Let that be your Your affirmation: you are a beacon of love and light. It's time to rise up and take your place on the world stage. Okay? No more playing small. No more hiding. No more shirking your moral responsibility to share your message. And for all of y'all that have been sharing your message but not getting the financial reward, this is for you too. Okay? So make sure you listen in whilst affirming that you are a beacon of love and light. Okay? Let's do this thing. So let's carry on. Let's carry on. Who is this for? I think you already know, but you're someone who feels a deep sense of calling. You felt it for a very long time. Very long time. If you're anything like me, even as a child, you knew you were called to something more, okay? And now, finally, for whatever reason, so maybe something happened, maybe something didn't happen, who knows? You are determined to bring your vision to life. You're tired of just talking about it. You're tired of just wishing for it. You've realized finally that you are the magic. You are the miracle that you're waiting for from out there actually is you. You are the one that has to wake up and finally say, you know what, divine? I am now ready. I am now ready. I'm no longer waiting for no more signs, no longer waiting for permission. I am ready to live in my true design freaking now. And if that is you, great. You're in the right place. I suddenly think to myself, you know what? Other people need to hear this thing. So I'm going to share this somewhere else whilst we're talking here before I carry on. I feel the need to share it elsewhere. Wait, give me 2 seconds here. Give me 2 seconds here. I'll be here. Let's do this thing quickly. Share. Where am I sharing it? Yeah, share. So that should share. And then one other place that I'm thinking of. Yes, there. Yeah, no, I don't want to switch. I just want to share. Don't make me switch. This is wasting my time. So anyway, oh yeah, okay. Is it gonna let me do it? Oh, now I can hear myself, which is not what I wanted. But I will do that. And then I will switch off my voice so that I'm not listening to myself speak. Okay. No, don't do that yet. Come on. Keep at it. Do what you're doing. Okay, I'll leave you doing what you're doing, but I don't want to hear, so I silence myself. Okay, so guys, this is it. You have felt that deep sense of calling for a while. You're determined now finally to bring it to life because you know finally that you are the miracle, you are the magic. And you may already be in your coaching, your healing, your course creative business, or maybe something that you do at church or in your community center. You support lots of people with that message inside of you during your spare time, or you run it as a business, or you're in that group of transitioners like I used to be, where you want to start your own thing and you're ready to do it now. You're ready to make your transition from an unprofitable job or unprofitable business to something that actually enables you to live in your purpose and also create an income. You value your time. You're looking for clear strategies that get results, okay? Because you're done with the whole struggling to make anything work and not quite getting there. You've given to other people, and now you're ready, finally, to actually start giving to yourself, actually make your own vision a priority in your life, okay? You feel the tick-tick-tocking of time as it passes you by, because you have kept putting your vision on the shelf, trying to support everybody else, trying to put everything else, trying to be responsible. But the emptiness, finally, you are responding to that. You are finally realizing that if you are to live, truly live, you actually need to put your vision first. You're here. Great. You're in the right place. You know you have a lot to say. You know, when you're sitting around talking with people about the things that are passionate to you, you can talk and talk and talk. But the moment you decide that you're a business, it's like, oh, I don't know what to say. Well, enough of that. Enough of pretending you are less than who you are, okay? Now, I'm Rosemary Nonny Knight, if you don't know already. I am the money minister. I work with action-oriented spiritual people to support them in creating six-figure or more incomes whilst living in their true design. This particular masterclass is for you if you are someone who knows that you're called to be a coach, a healer, a course creator, and I support you, and particularly work closely with coaches, healers, course creators, or spiritual teachers to get their message out, because I feel a particular deep calling to you. But then there's room for, people in my life. But this is my, let's put it, yeah, anyway, for this right now, it's for you, the coach, the healer, the course creator. You're already doing it, or you're meant to be doing it. I used to dabble at business, okay, just like you, dabbling, knowing that I was called to something more, but not having the courage to do it. I would have told you all the reasonable reasons why I couldn't do it. Oh, there's not enough money right now. I need to, put money aside. I need to be responsible. I need to take care about this person. I need to take care about my family, take care of this, blah, blah, blah. All of those responsible sounding things. This is not the right time. Let me just wait until I have some more life experience. And then once I got some more life experience, then I'll be able to live in my true design. Then I'll be able to live out my life's purpose. Or I'll just do it on the side. I'll do it in the weekends. I'll do it in my spare time that is rapidly, or was rapidly, disappearing. So basically, and I was that pharmacist doing the things that I didn't want to do, waking up feeling like, oh, we have to do that again, and going to do it because I'm a responsible person, right? Until bankruptcy. Until I still remember a friend of mine saying, you know what, I used to think you were seriously intelligent. How come you went bankrupt? And it's true, that's how I felt too, actually. When I went bankrupt, it was like, this is not supposed to happen to me. Me go bankrupt? Are you kidding me? That's not supposed to happen to me. So I did have 4 years of depression as a result of this happening to me. And this was even before I started living in my vision, for goodness sake. So I know that there was a part of me that really did want me to make the decision to move into living in my vision. But of course, I didn't know that at that point. Okay, at that point, actually, I was of the my understanding was, well, either that I was being punished by God, or that God didn't want me to do something. I don't know. I would have blamed God, though I wouldn't have said I was blaming him. I would have said something, really nice and spiritual to make it all make sense. But I did deepen my connection with the divine, even though I wasn't really listening to the divine prompts inside of me to get going. Do the thing that you actually feel called to do. And the thing about this is, guys, that we all have free will, okay? So the divine is never going to force you to live in your own vision. And you can tell yourself stories forever, like I did for a long time. Tell yourself all kinds of stories as to why you can't live in your true design. It's all a story. It's not true. You are just simply deciding that you don't want to live out your purpose yet. Though you would claim, oh no, I'm just waiting for the right moment. The right moment is freaking now. I had to learn that anyway. So I did. Anyway, so after dabbling at business, because I knew it was called business, but pharmacy seemed more reasonable. Pharmacy seemed more sensible. So I did the whole staying in pharmacy until bankruptcy, until 4 years of depression, and until I had my wonderful 3 daughters. And I realized that I needed to show them a different way. I wanted to show them that there was choice. They didn't have to stay doing things that they did not want to do just for money. And the only way I could show them that is actually demonstrate the freaking thing. So, so then I finally started to wake up and started to actually do my thing. But first I took a sideways step into property, because again, property seemed more reasonable. Real estate, everybody's going to do real estate, right? And I can see all these people making money. Let's try and do that, which is exactly kind of the same reason why I did pharmacy, apart from the fact that my parents also had, they also wanted me to be a professional. And so even that, after, I used it, 18 months, got myself making multi-6 figures, replaced my income as a pharmacist, left pharmacy, all of that stuff, but still knew I wasn't actually on my path. So then made my transition. Started coaching people business-wise, and then coaching people around all spiritual things that I'd always wanted to do since I was like 10 years old, basically. But the thing about going through that process of starting the property thing is that it did give me a sense of, you know what, Rosemary, you can maybe do this, because business was not something that people expected that I would do. But I knew that I wanted to, okay? I knew that I really did want to. I just couldn't convince myself that I could do it, that it was a reasonable thing to do. But finally, when you hit bottom anyway, you may as well do the thing you actually want to do, because you're bottom anyway. So anyway, won the Porsche Boxster, I did all of that kind of stuff. But that is my story, my very shortened, quick story there, and how I got to here, how I got to live in my purpose, how I now show other people how to do that too, because I know what it's like to be trapped in a profession, a career, a life that looks good on the outside, but feels bad on the inside. Everybody looks at your life and says, what are you freaking worried about? But you live in your own shoes. You live in your own skin. You know it doesn't feel good. Question is, will you find the courage to do something different? You can. The same energy that it took to build a life you do not like is the energy you need to build one you do like. And I can show you how. And I will tell you about the accelerator at some point in this call. But start seriously, instead of trying to or waiting and making all the silly mistakes I made, which, you know what, whatever, it got me here, so thank you. I'm still grateful for all of them. However, I can speed it up to you if you are coachable, if you are teachable, and I will tell you about the accelerator so that you know that you have choices. Today, we're looking at using free content to create visibility. A lot of you, as I already said, have lots of words. When you're speaking to people one-on-one, helping them, counseling them, supporting them, people come and ask you questions, you know what to say to them. You have the words. You speak and speak and speak. But then the moment it's time to actually do something that sounds like, oh, it's a business, you feel as if you don't know what to do. Well, let me help you. Let me help you put a bit of structure and strategy behind the words that you already have. Okay? This is the 90-minute marketing plan, okay, that you can use to grow your coaching, your healing, your course creator business, to grow your visibility so people start to know who you are. Because one of the things as a coach, as a coach, is you need an audience. You need an audience of people who actually enjoy what you're up to. It's like I've built an audience on my Facebook page of over 130,000 people out there with my content coming out every single day, lots of it every day, because one, I had to share that stuff. I had to write that stuff. So there's like 12,000 pieces of content that I started. A few years ago, I had none. But I started with one piece at a time, determined to share the message in my heart. Okay? And so that's how now we got to 12,000 pieces of content, whether it's videos, blog posts, short social media posts, and all of that. But it starts with one. You start with one done a few 12,000 times will give you 12,000 pieces of content. But you don't start 12,000 because a lot of people, you kind of look at other people, look at what I've done, and look at my page, and you might think to yourself, oh, well, how can I do all of that? You start with one. As I said, you are someone with words. You just get scared. To be honest, you just get scared that you're not enough, that people are not going to want to hear what you have to say, and blah, 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 even though you know to the core of your opinion that actually what you have to say people need to hear. And in some ways, you're going to have to put fears and your doubts and your worries and your lack of worthiness and all of that stuff to one side, and you need to show up in the marketplace. And then spiritual people, you do this thing where you're waiting on to feel perfect before you do anything. You're waiting until you feel perfectly healed and perfectly clear and everything is wonderful. You're human. Come on, embrace your humanity. There's going to be an element of fear and doubt and whatever whenever you step out to do something different. So what? Doesn't mean anything unless you make it mean something. So anyway, 90 minutes a day. Let's talk about what you can do 90 minutes a day to start to get yourself out into the marketplace, to build your content catalog, to start serving people even with your marketing. Because that's the thing. Again, as I said, those 12,000 pieces of content I had to, because I want to serve people. And I didn't want to wait until they give me lots of money. I didn't want to wait until I was perfect. I wanted to serve people now. And so I started creating content. I listened to and I got towards certain things, but it came out of my heart. I want to serve people. And that's how you feel too, except you're still allowing your fears, your doubts to hold you back. Anyway, 90-minute plan. What do you need? First, know who your person is. One of the first things we do in the accelerator program is that you and I will have a conversation. We will get clear on your niche, on your offer, on your pricing, on all of that stuff, because that is one place where, particularly when you get business off the ground, a lot of coaches, healers, course creators get stuck trying to figure out who is my ideal client. Well, we will figure that stuff out. But whichever way, for right now, for this 90-minute plan, you do need to know who that is. Who is it that you are specifically called to? You do not have to have the most perfect idea on the planet. You just need to have an idea of who it is that you feel called to speak to. And I know you can say to me, oh, I serve anybody. Yes, I'm sure you can. However, for the purposes of growing your business, and guys, if you are going to have the impact on this planet that you want to have, you need to grow your business, okay? There's not going to be some miraculous, I don't know, Oprah discovering you. And then, I mean, it can happen, but if you have no structure behind Oprah discovering you, you'll be discovered and then undiscovered very quickly. Okay? So you need to have the structure that we're talking about here. Who is your person? What is the problem you are solving for them? Decide on, yeah, you can help everyone. Well, in which case you can pick someone. Pick someone. As I said, come and work with me, Accelerator. I will help you pick someone that feels aligned with your life purpose. You will leave the call knowing who your person is now. If you're anything like me, you'll then go around tagging, which is why I say only work with me if you're coachable and teachable. I wasn't always. Okay. When you leave the call, decide, you know what, this is what I'm going to stick with until I make my first 6 figures. Guys, let's not be shy about deciding that you're going to make the money whilst serving the people. If you are, one, going to take care of your responsibilities, and two, reach more people, you need to make the money. So shake off any kind of weird and wonderful idea that, oh no, because I'm a spiritual being, I should not make money in my business. Rubbish. Would you go to work without them paying you? Somebody says to you, oh, you know what? I'll pay you when I can. Would you go to work? No, okay? So don't treat your spiritual business with less respect, okay? Anyway, who is your person? What do they want? Once you know that, what I want you to do for the purposes of creating content is create a list of topics that are of interest to that person. Give that person a name. Think about you sitting in a coffee shop with them. What kind of questions would they want to know the answers to? What kind of things would help them progress in the area that you're there to help them with? Okay? Really take the time to write out a list of questions, a list of worries that they have, a list of desires, a list of fantasies that they may have. Really sit there and do some research if necessary, go see where they're likely to be and listen to their conversations. Actually speak to people you think you might want to help. Listen to what they're saying to you, and from that, come up with a list of topics that are of interest to the people you would like to serve. I would suggest that you come up with at least 30, so one for each day of the month, or 31. Then, okay, that's a great place to start. Yes, it will take some discipline on your part to come up with those topics. These days, there's all kinds of help you can get, but you can also simply sit with the divine and ask. Go get a magazine, look on Amazon. There's so many places that you can actually see where your people are and see what they're saying. And from that, come up with your list of topics that are of interest to them. Once you've done that, okay, you can decide. This is what I like to say to people. Decide. Either you're a writer or you are a presenter, or you're both, okay? Now, I prefer to write first. My preference is writing, then doing videos like this or speaking. I like them both, but I would prefer to write, then speak. That's the order in which I would like to do things. So I generally tend to write a blog post first, and then I can convert that into a video, which is what I'm going to ask you to do. But if you are that person who knows that your energy comes out better when you're speaking, then do a video first and then get the points out and write a blog post or some kind of article or social media post or something from that piece of content. So one piece of content out of your list, choose a topic, create something, a blog post, 300 words or more, or a video, 5 minutes or less. Okay? And you just commit. Now, let me tell you this. When I started in business, the person I trained under said to me, write a piece of content every hour from 6 a.m. Eastern time till 9 p.m. Eastern time. So that was something like 15 posts a day, which is how I got to 12,000. Okay. Some of them were absolute rubbish. So I've discarded them from the 12,000. But some of them were really good. They're still in my 12,000. Okay. I was writing 15 posts a day. Literally, I would do my quiet time with the divine, sit down, do my journaling, pray, all of that. And then I'd say, you know what, Lord? What do the people need to hear? And then I'd just stay there for an hour, writing this, writing that, and scheduling it in, so that I had something every hour for 15 hours. 69 is about that, whatever. It was 69 every hour something. Okay, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And this was also still working as a pharmacist and my 3 children, home educating them, and blah, blah, blah. It was interesting. I had the property business as well. So it was an interesting time. And then when I started working with clients, I would say to them, you know what, 5 to 8 posts a day. Now I'm just saying to you, one. Can you do 1 post a day? And once you've done that 1 post, whether you start with the video, you start with the blog post or written article, convert it into the other one. So article convert into a video. That's in literally read the thing. I did for a long time. A lot of the videos, if you look through the 3,500 videos on my page, I'm sure you can. They're all on the video. But some of them are literally me reading my blog post. Every week I had what I would do is sit down with all the blog posts I'd written that week and record them as a video and then send it off to my PA, who would then help me schedule them in and put them out there. So they were coming out 1 a day for a week. So literally, that's how I started. But that's how I did some of my videos. Literally, that was it. I used to also do a live stream a day. Again, it was a case of, because Lord is community here, basically. Or if something I was reading or something inspired me, then I'd create a live stream. You don't have to do all of that, but you do need to at least do 1 thing a day. I always suggest slightly more, but if you start with 1 a day, even if you do like a live stream or a reel every single day, that will grow your audience. Okay. So, starting with the blog post, convert it to a video, or start with a video, convert it to a blog post. Live stream, as I already said, take a topic, turn your blog into a live stream. Literally, give a verbal talk on what you just wrote about. If you started with the writing. Okay. And you just need your phone to do this stuff. You don't need this fancy equipment or anything like that. So this is you repurposing 1 piece of content. So once you've done it as a video, you can then extract the audio from that video and put that on SoundCloud. That becomes it can become a podcast for you. Okay, that can become a podcast for you. Just the audio brought out. I've had clients from SoundCloud as a result of finding me on iTunes, because I set it up to iTunes. I do not have an official podcast thing, but somehow somebody found me on iTunes because I somehow set it up in SoundCloud. Somehow. I went there somehow, and somehow this person found me. So these things work. But yes, and you can, that video that you put on Facebook, you can upload on YouTube as well. The written blog you can put on Medium. There's another platform that you can use. You do not have to use all of these platforms. You can simply focus on 1 platform until you master that and get your VA or whoever to support you in everything else. I have people supporting me with quite a lot of putting my stuff out there. But to start with, maybe you have to do it yourself. But to start with, you don't have to have 20 million platforms. I'm just trying to give you ideas of what you can do with 1 piece of content. Okay, so get the audio out, get the video out, take quotes out of your blog posts that you can then use on Twitter. So you can create quote images as well, which can be used everywhere. You can use that on Instagram, you can use that on Facebook, you can use it everywhere. You can then take little bits out and decide to do it. You can either take the video and edit it so that you shorten it into 1 minute little bits, so you can use it as a reel. And if you use it as a reel, you can then put it onto TikTok as well. And Facebook also has its own reels. Things, 1 piece of content can suddenly turn into a lot. 1 piece of content. 1. Particularly if you do a 5-minute video. If your 1 piece of content is a reel, at this point, even that, with the way the social medias are going, the reels are quite good. The reels, the TikToks, as long as you put your hashtags and stuff, that will get you seen. The idea here, this particular masterclass is to help you raise your visibility. Anything inside of you that is trying to stay hidden, okay? You can edit your videos, or you can simply just, oh, you know what, that little bit, I'm just going to do a quick recording of that as a reel and then stick it onto the various different platforms. You can use it in your stories as well. One piece of content can suddenly become a lot of content. And then I like to make invitations on every piece of content that I create, practically everything. Some written things, I don't put an invitation to my next step, which is come and have a conversation with me or get one of my freebies. But I would suggest to you, particularly if you're just starting to build a proper audience around what you're doing, make an invitation. If you want to get coaching clients, healing clients, make an invitation. End it. The last 10 seconds of most of my reels, unless I mentioned it in the middle of it, I would say, and if you are serious about making 6 figures in your coaching, your healing, your course creator business by this time next year, then you want to get a copy of my 6 Figure Spiritual Entrepreneur book, which can be found link on my bio or the link around this video. Amazing love. That's very how I end practically every reel. Or if it's evolution I'm talking about, then I'll end it in some other way. If you want to leave behind the pain and the limiting beliefs of the past and rise victorious in your true design life, making experiencing financial happiness as you go venture will be in evolution. The link is around here. Basically, again, that's what I do. Look and see the last 10 seconds, quickly add that in there. Okay? So I'm making a point of inviting people to the next step every single time. If you find that one of your pieces of content is particularly doing well, you could decide that you want to advertise it. If you really want to grow your audience fast, you might want to advertise, especially when you're doing live streams, advertise those. Advertise them so that you start to reach more people. Some people will show interest and come to your next one and advertise too. But it can raise your visibility. That's the point, isn't it? Raising your visibility. So whether you want to do each one $5 a day, or whether you decide, which one will seem to work well organically, can I get it out more? Or maybe there's one that you particularly want people to know about, advertise. Let's not be shy about the whole advertising thing. We're businesses, okay? You're a business. You're a business. Make a commitment to yourself that you're not going anywhere. So whatever you invest in your business is absolutely going to come back to you because you are not going anywhere until it does. Okay? And make that commitment. Yeah? Okay. So, the blog, as I said, you can put it on Medium. You can also put it in Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups that allow you to post your own content. You can send it as an email as you start building your email list, okay? Because of course you are building an email list, right? Right. You can send it as an email. So again, one piece of content can become so much. The idea here is to connect with people with words. Connect with people with the words. It's that connection with people that will cause them to decide whether they want to work with you or not. It will repel those who really do not resonate with your message, and it will attract those who do. And you know what I said to a client yesterday? You want to be repellent or attractive. You kind of don't want to be in that middle as much as you can. Avoid the middle. They just kind of like you and love and like posts, but they don't take any action. You kind of want them to be or okay. So being very, be honest about what you actually think. Sometimes I see, and I did this, where I would tone down what I actually want to say because I'm scared of how it will come across to people. So I tone myself down. But that just leads to a lukewarm audience. They kind of like you, whatever. And then the ones who would work with you, they just ignore you because you're just bland. You're just trying to blend in. And so, yeah, you do. When actually, if you fully owned who you were and your messaging, you would stand out to the ones who are called to work with you. Okay, and the ones you are called to serve. So, tone down your message. Don't try to think to yourself first, what would be most acceptable to say? Say what needs to be said. There are certain marketing pieces. You know what? Even that, no, just say what needs to be said. Okay? Say what needs to be said. Now, it is that connection with people that will cause people to become clients of yours. So do go into groups, whether it's Facebook, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's forums. Start answering questions, start connecting with people. Start, choose group. Yeah. Choose groups where you're not seen as a threat, okay, by the owner of the group. So choose groups where your people congregate, but maybe the person that started the group is doing something kind of slightly different from you. That is doing something slightly different from you, so you're not in direct competition with them. But then go into the group and start to share your heart, start to actually connect with people. Yeah. And again, this is why live streams, particularly when you're getting your business off the ground, they really do work well, because you can do those live streams. People come to expect that you're going to show up. They start to have conversations with you. They feel as though they know you. Yeah. And give them reasons to direct message you, or to just go and apply for a consultation with you, because you tell them what to do next. Just get personal with people. We might be online, but even though we're online, remember, every single person is a person. Okay? Every single person is a person. So really connect with people. Don't try not to see it as just numbers. Try not to just see it as, because sometimes, especially in this social media world, your goals become a little bit skewed, because suddenly all you're trying to do is, get as many likes as possible, or get as many shares and comments on your things as possible. And actually, that is the goal of the owner of the social media platform. It's not your goal. Your goal is to get people that you are called to serve to take the next step with you. They don't need to like, comment, or share your posts to do that. They just need to click through to a link to go and decide that they want to work with you. Or they need to message you so that you can start a conversation privately with them, to have a consultation with them. So be careful that your metrics that you're measuring are the right ones. There's a tendency with social media to just transfer your need to be liked, which you do offline, because you're giving to everybody on the planet. You try and do it online too, where you're giving to everybody on the planet, including people you don't even know, basically, without demanding in some ways that they take the next step with you. You can't make anybody do anything, but you can definitely ask. But a lot of spiritual people stop asking these questions because they somehow feel bad about it. No. The workman deserves his pay, one, and also the transformation you want to give people needs them to take the next step. So you are doing them a disservice if you do not tell them what that next freaking step is. Okay? So forget this whole, I don't want to be sleazy thing. You are delivering content that can transform people's lives, but will do the work best if they take the next step. So again, moral obligation for you to ask people to take the next step boldly. Do not be all bold about giving the message, and then when you come to make the invitation, you kind of get all, well, I'm not sure. But if you kind of want to work with me, then maybe be as bold about telling them what the next step is as you are at delivering the message, because you know that by working with you, you will equip them to prosper. Okay? Don't get caught up in people pleasing. You are here to serve people, not please them. And there's a big difference. A lot of spiritual people are caught up in pleasing people and then wondering why they feel so frustrated and resentful, because people are just taking from them, but they're only taking what you are choosing to freaking give. So be wise. Be wise, my loves. When I started, I used to write 2 blogs a week, as well as doing my 15 other pieces of content a day, because I wanted all my content to go onto Twitter. So most of my content was, at that point, Twitter only allowed 160 characters. So everything had to be less than, honey, I'm a girl with words. It was not easy. Some things just stayed on Facebook and didn't go to Twitter, basically. But anyway, when you're writing the blog posts, as I said, well, you know what, as I said, one piece of content a day at least, and then repurpose it in as many ways as you can. Okay? All you need, if you really do this, Just 90 minutes to begin with, because you're going to spend lots of time thinking and overthinking and wondering if you can. And oh my gosh, that it may take more than 90 minutes, whatever. You will get more streamlined the more you do it, but you have to go through the crazy in order to get to the good. You can't go straight to the good. Lots of people thinking and overthinking and trying to be perfect at all the content that you create. You don't know what perfect is. And also, you have to kind of take off the top layer in order to get to the deep stuff. You learn your voice by sharing your voice, however it shows up today. Stop waiting until you think it's perfect. How will you even know? How will you even know? Seriously. Okay. Okay. So why won't you do this stuff that I've just told you about? I've already mentioned various things. Oh, fear. I'm afraid. I'm not sure it's the right thing. Doubt. Doubt is even more insidious than fear, because doubt always seems so reasonable, always seems so logical. Of course, I can't quite do it yet. I just need to make sure I have this other certification over here. And I just need to make sure that I have the right, perfect client profile before I can start doing anything, because I don't want to waste time. And it will sound so useful and sensible. Oh, I'm waiting until I put some money aside into my wonderful bank account, which when is that going to happen? Basically. And it all sounds so reasonable, but it's all nonsense. It is. Anything that stops you from living out the call on your life today is just a lie, but you're believing it. Okay? You're unsure if you're doing it right. You're wondering why you're not getting likes. As I already said, that's not the measure. You have all manner of limiting beliefs. Can't do it. Not capable. Not called. Does the divine want me to do this anyway? Will people like me? Will people hate me? How am I coming across? All of that stuff as well is coming through, and it will stop you from doing this. So, are you done getting in your own way? Are you done with getting in your own way? Because nothing I've described to you here is outside of your reach. One freaking piece of content every freaking day. It will take you 5 minutes or less. Okay, maybe a little bit of thought beforehand as to this is what what should I talk about today? So pick a topic and get on with it. It's not going to take you that long. So whatever reasons you're coming up with for not doing it, it's simply that you're getting in your own way. And the problem is, you probably don't know that you're doing this. Your reasons seem legitimate. So I ask you again, are you really, truly committed to living in your purpose? Are you really, truly committed to making money doing what you are called, born, meant to do? Because if you are, I will tell you this right now, you need a mentor. The way I got out of being just the wonderful, amazing pharmacist that was bored to death and unfulfilled was literally by making the commitment to work with someone. So I do invite you to come and work with me in the 6-figure spiritual business accelerator. Why? Because as I said earlier, I know that this is the fastest way that I can support you in building out your 6-figure coaching, healing, course creator business. So if you're done with procrastinating, dilly-dallying, working, some of y'all have been working very, very hard in your business, and some of you are even creating all this content, but you are not creating clients. And by having a conversation with me, as well as working with me, I can tell you why that is happening. Because whatever mistake it is that you're making right now, the chances are I did it. So I can tell you what is slowing you down. I can help you stop getting in your own way. So yes, because there is, as it says right there, a simple, straightforward, swift path to your 6-figure business once you get out of your own way. Okay? You don't need all the techie and this, that, and the other. There are simple things that I will show you to do that, because I'm not super technical at all. I keep things simple. And I remember the divine saying to me, Rosemary, the very thing that sometimes I despise, which was true, the very thing that I was despising, which was my simplicity, because I always felt like, this is something that when I was a pharmacist, when I was training, I was doing my postgraduate work, and the lecturer there said, Rosemary, you write like you speak. You need to, up-level your ability to write. And I used to feel ashamed of my inability to sound super technical and super, I didn't have the right spiritual terms to be the spiritual money minister that I am. And I didn't have the right something. And it's like the divine saying, no, Rosemary, your gifting is your simplicity. And so learning to accept that from myself. Where am I even going with that? I'm saying embrace yourself, just the same way as I did, as well as the fact that I'm not super technical. I'm not super anything. I simply do simple things repeatedly. And I can show you how to do those simple things. Okay, you don't need lots of money to get going. You do need to be coachable, however. You do need to be willing to actually act on what you're taught. You need to be willing to move forward despite any fears and doubts. I can help you clear those, but you still need to be willing to move forward. Okay, you need to be willing to show up for your own amazing life, because yes, your mission is your permission. You don't need any more permission from anybody else. The divine is not going to send you another sign, because you already know what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So stop waiting for another sign. Let me tell you what is involved in this. You can come and have a look at the page. It's rosemarynonnynight.com/accelerator. Let's talk about what happens in this program. And let's see. So the first thing is this. As I mentioned earlier, you and I will have a conversation. So it's kind of a hybrid thing, where it's a one-on-one thing as well as a group program. But first and foremost, because I know this is an area where people get stuck, I will have a conversation with you to help you get very, very clear about so we'll set out your personal 100K blueprint. So we'll get very clear about your business, who you're called to, how you want your business to look. We'll price your stuff, decide your ideal client, decide what their pain points are, or point in the direction of where you can find them, and all of that, how you can start getting their attention. We will work through this stuff so you have a personal blueprint. So you're definitely, by the end of that conversation, you will have an offer, you will have a price for that offer, you will know what your niche is and who the ideal person is for you. Okay, so you'll be clear on that. And if I identify any money blocks whilst we're having that conversation, I will tell you about them. And the fact that we start our work together, it's a 6-week thing, by having a conversation means that I get to know you already. So as we continue into our group work for the remaining 5 weeks, I am coming from a place of, I've had this conversation with you, I know where some of your blocks are, I know what you need, we can move you forward. Okay, so that's the idea here. That's why I wanted to put in this one-on-one session first. So that's module 1. Once we've had that session, we'll be moving on to the other modules, where now that you have your offer, now that you know what the problem is that you're solving for people, we will then, first and foremost, I'll give you a quick system for starting immediately. One, to grow your audience on social media, particularly using Facebook ads and things. So yeah, Facebook ads, people. We start with $5 or $5 to $10 a day, or 5 days a week or whatever. So that you start immediately to build an audience. I'll also show you free ways of what you need to do in order to get out there. And then from that, you will start immediately to grow an audience. So that's the second module. We'll be looking at how do you immediately grow an audience, and also even start enrolling new clients. Okay. The module 3, how do we now go beyond just having built out and started getting people in? We will go deeper with it. How do you dominate in terms of social media? How do you show up more? We've talked a bit about that this evening, but I'll even go into more depth, as well as what freebie do you want to put together so that you start building a mailing list. So, the module 2, you start with the social media thing, you carry on with the social media in module 3, but you're also transferring people from your social media to your mailing list, which you actually own. Okay, so we start growing you a tribe of people who love your work. So free offers that make people want to say yes to you, that also pull people who are likely to be interested in your final offer, in your coaching, your healing, your course creator, your spiritual teaching, whatever it is that you're doing. We will start building an audience, a mailing list full of those people. Okay, and I'll teach you exactly how to do that. After that, once we've got the freebie together and all of that, I'm going to show you how to build a funnel that will continually get people into your audience, and then also asking for requesting consultations with you. Because honey, the more consultations you actually have with real people who want what you have, the more clients you are likely to sign up. As soon as you have as many clients as you want, you can stop. I had a client who was really scared of saying, of getting all this going in case you suddenly got 20 million clients all at the same time. I'm like, no, honey, you have as many as you want, and at that point, you put everybody else on a waiting list. How cool would it be to have a waiting list of people who want to work with you. It's absolutely possible once you put this stuff in place. For some of you, you've been jumping around the place for so long, starting this, starting that. You've never given yourself real time to make one offer work. And that's what we will do in this accelerator, is actually make an offer work. And that, because you only need like one offer to get you to 6 figures. You do not need 20 million. And I'll show you how to do this. Okay, step-by-step videos showing you exactly what you need to do to actually create that high converting sales funnel. Again, remember, I am not a marketer, but I know what to do to reach the ones that I feel called to serve. And that's what I will teach you to do as well, because again, the world needs more of us out in the world. More and more, getting your message out, getting more clients in. Now that we have that funnel all set up, we will continue learn. You will learn how to grow your list and do all of that stuff. Carry on. We go deeper. Keep building out your business. And then finally, in the final module, using masterclasses like this, how do you brand yourself in the marketplace and continually keep getting people in? So those are the 6 modules that we will go through together. Each module designed to take you deeper. So by the end of the 6 weeks, it's also designed to be simple. At least I believe it's simple. Okay. The first time you do anything, it's going to feel a little bit like it's stretching you. However, once you've done it that first time, and we will go step by step, so that by the end of that 6 weeks, you have a business that is capable of making you 6 figures, as long as you keep doing the simple things I've taught you to do. Remember, this is simple, this is straightforward. It does not need to take forever. It doesn't need grand, amazing things. You just need to do simple things repeatedly, okay? And as bonuses, some of y'all, maybe you're making a transition like I was out of pharmacy. I hadn't learned to coach at that point when I started, but then someone told me how to coach. I started that way, and then I did the certifications and all of that stuff. But I started with what I'm going to teach you in the bonus that you get here, how to coach for rapid elevation, how to create a money-making digital course. If you're not sure how to do that, I have a whole course there that you will get access to as part of the 6-figure spiritual business accelerator. You will also learn how to run these consultations so that they actually sell, so that they actually enroll paying clients. So that'll be another bonus that you will get, probably with module 2. It is with module 2. Yes, it is. Okay, so you will know exactly how to run those sessions. And then I also do these 3 bonuses where it just summarizes everything into, this is your first client, how you get your first client. And then how do you achieve your first 5K month? And then how do you achieve your first 10K month? I just summarize it all so that you can very quickly do those simple things to get you where you want to go. Okay. And then also I do a how to create sales pages that sell bonus, so that you can also create sales pages just like this one that you're looking at on my screen right now. Again, you will get access to me within the WhatsApp group so that you can continually get the support you need to move forward. The more questions you ask me, the more I know you will move forward. So show up in the group so that I can support you. Okay. To me, it is a critical part of this accelerator program, being in group with not just me, but with others as well who are on the same kind of journey as you, the same kind of leadership wavelength as you. Most of you are on your own trying to work this stuff out. You don't need to, because the people around you don't really get why you can't be just happy with your life the way it is. You know you're called to something more, okay? And then you also get the Spirit Speaks Divine download, and you get that daily to help with your spiritual practice, because as I said at the beginning, the foundation of everything I do is connection with the divine. That's where all the wisdom comes from. You'll get access to my abundance library because I want to immerse your mind in different ways of thinking, because that's what will enable you to take different kind of actions. And then you'll also, as soon as you join in, you'll get access to the workshops that I've run about bringing your divinely inspired online business to life in a day, a faith workshop, which is powerful, and clarity workshop, which is the things that it will say to you in there will open you up in ways that you can't even begin to imagine right now. Let's be honest about it. You also get access to all my other calls where you can come in during the week, and like on this call, you will have VIP access. You can come in and ask any questions, as well as at the weekend, you get another one as well. So you get a lot of support to move you forward. So that is the program. If you want to get crystal clear clarity on your business vision, you want personalized strategy and direction. And honey, you need to build emotional resilience and mental toughness because you need that in business anyway. You want to build your wealth consciousness and transform your money story. You want to be held accountable to your vision. So you stop procrastinating and you want to get well paid for your coaching, healing, training services, and you want to work less and make more. You want to wake up feeling enthusiastic and energized because you know you're living your true design life, and you want to know how to create rapid client transformations, although you may already know, and or you also want to become a master at digital course creation, then the Accelerator program is for you. The link is around this video. It's rosemarinoninight.com/accelerator. But let me see your face again here. So guys, if you are truly committed to moving forward, to creating a business that has the ability to make you 6 figures by this time next year, come and work with me in the Accelerator. I love what I share in these masterclasses, but I know that for you to actually get where you're going, if you could have, you already would have. Okay? If you could have done it alone, you already would have. Yes, you can get ideas from these masterclasses. Absolutely, you can. That's why they're there. However, if you are committed to truly moving forward, then come and join me in the Accelerator. At the moment, every Sunday night, the investment on this goes up. So this right here between now and Sunday night is the lowest it will ever be for you. So instead of dilly-dallying and procrastinating and waiting and who knows what it is that your reason you're giving yourself, go now to rosemarinoninight.com/accelerator and join in. It is time for you to start living in your purpose profitably. And you can. That's the thing. You can if you will stop getting in your own way. There is business strategy that must be done, but more than the business strategy, it's actually what is going on in here. That is what will stop you. Because actually, the stuff you need to do for business is not that complicated. It's really not. But what is going on in here can convince you that it is. And if you get convinced that it is, you won't do it. And you'll have all kinds of grand sounding reasons why you can't do it. And they will seem reasonable. But all it means that you keep waking up every single day, like I used to, feeling empty, or at some point in my life crying because I was in so much debt I didn't even know how to get myself out of the mess. If you're done with living that unfulfilled life, when you know you're meant for more, if you're ready to put a strategy in place that will enable you to make 6 figures doing what you're called, meant, born to do, then go work with me or come work with me in the 6 Figure Spiritual Business Accelerator. It is at rosemarinoninight.com/evolution accelerator, /accelerator. Or the link is around this video somewhere, or the link is in my bio. Or message me to ask any questions that you may have about your take move. The thing I didn't show you on the page was there is the option to have a conversation with me right there on the page. So if whatever you need to ask questions about it, come on, let's do something to move you forward, because again, the world needs your message. There's no mistake about you being on the planet at this time. So move, do something, take your next step. You already know what it is. Don't tell yourself a story that you don't know. Okay, my loves, it's been a pleasure sharing this stuff with you. And I am so looking forward to working with some of y'all and getting your business off the ground. Again, the world needs us to really, truly wake up, start living in our true designs. You are an important part of the jigsaw puzzle that is this planet. When you truly start living as you fill your space, you fill your spot. And then those around you as well are impacted. Those around them are impacted because you woke up. You already know this. That's the thing. You already know this. So get over yourself and let's do this now. rosemarinoninight.com /accelerator. I look forward to speaking with you. And if you're on a VIP, then hopefully you clicked on your link. So let's have a conversation. I'm going to stop the call here for the stream. Much amazing love, guys. Bye. Share this whilst it's there because it's not going to be there for long.